the top of the mat, we will just do a full body check-in. So hands to the hips, lift your right heel, and we're just going to circle through the ankle. So keeping the toes on the ground, circulating through the whole foot, one direction, and reverse in the opposite direction. Notice and feel your breath. And plant the right foot. Let's go to the left foot. Just noticing any sensations in the inner and outer ankle. Reverse the direction, other way. And then we do the knees. So bring the feet together, hands on the knees, and we circle the knees. Start slow, start small circles. And then if you want to make them bigger, you can, and then we reverse the direction. Release, hands to hips, bringing the feet comfortable distance apart and circle through the hips. Feeling your arms support your hips side to side, pressing the hips forward and back. And then reverse opposite direction. Allowing the rotations to be as small and contained or as big and exploratory as you need in the moment. Okay, from here, hips come back to center, and then we keep the hips still. From the hips down is still, micro bend the knees, and we take the upper body for a circle. Finding the space that you're creating in the side waist, in the upper back. Reverse the direction when you're ready. And coming back to stillness. From here, we'll do our neck. So I'm going to face the same way as you. Pretend like with your nose, you're doing a figure 8 on its side, or infinity symbol with your nose. So leap, tracing left to right, up and down, following the pattern. And reverse the direction when you're ready. Back to center. So we're going to stand at the top of the mat, feeling the four corners of your feet, feeling balance between left and right, feeling your feet connecting to earth, earth supporting feet, and bring your hands to your lower belly, your lower dantian, and noticing and feeling your breath as you have shown up today, inhaling to the top of the breath, feeling it through the body, and exhaling it and grounding it. Breathing from your center and allowing and visualizing your energy centers opening so that the breath can move freely through you. Just allowing that exchange of energy in and out, up and down, to move easefully, gracefully, and naturally. Release when you're ready. Inhale. We're lifting the hands up on the in-breath to the top of the breath. Exhale, painting your hands down. Exhale, down towards the earth. Continue in your own time, connecting easeful, mindful breath to your movements. So thank you, Linda. We're going to do a Tai Chi Qigong inspired class today. This is something I'm teaching myself at the same time as teaching you, so I'm just doing a interpretation of movements. Maybe not traditional form, but just allowing the expression of the movement to be felt and received. Next time the hands are high, bring your feet out wide, heels in, and on your exhale, hands to prayer, we're going to come down to squat. Hips come in between the heels and soften down, and then see if we can come back up. So pressing from your lower abdomen and pressing from your inner thigh. See if you can lift up using your core, using your center, using your strength. Exhale back down. Do that a couple more times. Last time up, and then we'll stay in our squat position. From here, right hand down on the inside of the knee, left hand to the sky. Exhale, left hand down the inside of the knee, right hand to the sky. This time, as the right hand comes down, plant it in the center of the mat. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, step the right leg back. Both toes face towards the left as you sink the right hip. Inhale, back up to squat. So left hand down, slide the right foot back to the outside of the right hand, back to your squat. Let's try the other side. So left hand down in between the toes. Lift the hips and the left leg back, toes to the right. Sink your hips. One more each side in your own time. Beautiful. I'll meet you back in a squat position. From the squat, sit down to the hips and bring your legs up into boat pose. So knees can be bent or legs can be straight, up to you. Belly in towards the spine. Feel the lift of the chest. And then we're going to roll onto our backs and then come back up to seat. Baddha Konasana, soles the feet together. Forward fold. Letting the head go, letting the shoulders go. And allowing and inviting the breath. For 3. For 2. 1. Inhaling high, spread the legs wide. Forward fold, wide legs, toes to the sky. So you don't have to come very far in, just allow it to be like you're reaching left to right out of the waist. You can stay moving or stay still, whatever feels good for you. Empty yourself of everything. Let the mind become still, and the 10,000 things rise and fall while the self watches their return. Returning to the source is stillness, which is the way of nature. You're going to inhale, bring your left hand to your right ankle and your right hand behind. Inhale, center, raise the arms. Exhale, switch sides. Right hand, left foot, left hand behind. And then just move between the sides. Maybe staying high and then moving a little bit deeper every time. You're reaching the arm across the body to the opposite ankle. For 3. For 2. And 1. From your straddle, you're going to bend the left knee. Right knee comes to the foot into a mermaid shape. And then fingertips frame the left knee and come to a forward fold over your left knee. And breathe for 3, 2, 1. Inhale. I'm going to face the same way as you. From here, we'll raise the hands to the sky, come up on the knees, 10 feet to the left, and then come back to a mermaid pose on the opposite side. Hands frame the right knee, forward fold. Deep mindful breaths. Allowing anything that feels stuck to continue to move. Sending the breath into any places of the body that need it the most. Inhale to center, switch sides again. So coming up on the shins, feet to the right, sink on down. Left hand is behind you on the fingertips. And we're going to bend this left elbow and practice putting weight into this left arm. And then we're going to lean into this left arm as we kick the right leg forward and back. So as my right knee is back, I'm leaning forward. And then as my right leg kicks forward, I lean back into the left hand. So it's a moving forward and backwards. For 3, for 2. Okay, now is the twisty, tricky bit. From here, the right leg steps on the outside of the left knee. You lean into this left hand, lift your hips, turn the toes to the back of the room, wide leg forward fold. Lift your hips, yes. Right hand holds left ankle, so you're twisting across like we were doing before, but this time we're in the air. Okay, let's go back the way we came. So right hand to the sky, lean into this left hand. Bend your knees, turn the toes to the right, take the left knee down, and all the way back to mermaid. Okay, let's try that again. Kick the right leg, step it down, lift the hips, turn to wide leg forward fold facing the back, right hand, left ankle. Back the way we came. Drop the knee first, and you got it. Swing the right knee back. Last couple times. Make it one swift movement. And back. Last time. You got it. Okay, from your mermaid with knees to the left, switch to mermaid with knees to the right. Other side. Right hand behind. Right fingertips press and lean into this right arm and practice kicking your left leg forward. Okay, and the next time the left leg kicks forward, step it down on the outside of the right knee. So you need to cross this foot over the knee, lift the hips, press into the right hand, lift the hips, forward fold facing the back, left hand to right ankle. So you're twisting across in your forward fold. And then back the way we came, toes to the left to bend the right knee, sit the right hip, mermaid pose. Try again. Use this right hand to help you. Really press into that right hand. You got it, left hand, right ankle. And we're back. Couple more. Keep it as one continuous movement, like you're rolling in, rolling out. And the next time you find yourself in mermaid pose, stay there. Stack the knees together, roll up into a kneeling shape. Well done. That was a lot of hip opening for the warm-up. Inhale, open your arms, breath of joy. Exhale, take the right arm underneath the left, Garuda Eagle Wrap. So straight away, soften the shoulders down away from the ears. Breathe between your shoulder blades. Move the palms gently away from your face. And from here, we're just going to do some gentle circles of the elbows. So they can be really small. Maybe it's such a small circle you don't even notice, but maybe it's a bigger circle. So it's almost like you're circling your elbows. And noticing the breath in the traps, in the lats, and the back of the heart. Circle in both directions for 3. I don't know about you, but for me this is a big feeling. 2. And 1. Okay, opening the arms. Let's do the other side. Take a big breath. Open the heart. Open the chest. Exhale. Take the left arm underneath the right. Garuda Eagle Wrap. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Palms away from the face. Softening through the upper back muscles. And then begin to circle the elbows when you're ready. So just drawing that spiral with both of your elbows. Noticing any spaces that feel open. Noticing any spaces that feel a bit tight. And imagine the chi or the energy or the prana flowing easily through those places. Just as easily as the inhale and exhale. Circle in both directions if you haven't already. And when you're ready to release this time, hands come to the earth, tabletop, moving, dancing cat-cow. And imagining if the energy of your body or the prana or the chi in your body was allowed to flow freely, what would that look like in the body? How would the body move if everything, all the channels were free flowing? For 3. 4, 2. And 1. Stable, neutral tabletop. Bring the tops of the hands closer towards the body but up. The fingertips facing you and the back of the hands. And then see if you can take your fingers into a bit of a fist shape. Open and close, open and close, open and close. For 3, 2, 1. Flip. Fingertips still facing towards you, but this time the heels of the hands away from you. And see if you can lift one and then the other. Peeling the heel of the hand up off the ground and down again. That's it. 3, 2. And 1. Okay, back to tabletop. Regular tabletop, gripping the earth. Right leg moves back behind. Inhale. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Hold there. Right knee, left elbow. Hold there. Cross the right shin on top of the left. And then sink the hips back just for a moment. And then you're going to bring this right shin across the mat into a figure 4 with the top of the foot on the ground. And then we're going to come up on the fingertips and come high on the knees. Now as you lift your hands to the sky, imagine someone is pulling you out of your waist. So you're moving left to right, seeing if you can find some bit more space in the ribs, in the spine for 3, 2, 1. Hands drip down to the earth. And from here, right foot steps onto the outside of the right hand, toes facing outwards. And we circle the hips in both directions, taking your time, feeling into your inner groin. And you can stay doing this, or if you want a little bit more, as you come forward, you can pick up the left foot, pivoting on the left knee. You can bring the foot towards the heel and sit. And then on your exhale, you can bring the foot back parallel and straighten the right leg. So maybe it's a bend of the right knee, lift the back foot, swivel the left foot to the right, sit down, side squat, and then swivel back into your half Hanuman, or it's a crooked Hanuman. If that doesn't work for you, just keep with the hip rotations in your low lunge. 4, 3, 4, 2, and 1. Next time you're facing forward, tuck the back toes, sink the hips, lift the chest, and see if you can bring your left foot to the outside of the left hand, toes out, heels in, back to your squat. Let's come to stand, engaging through the core, zipping up through your lower abs, and coming to stand, feet comfortable distance apart. This time, hands to hip, lift the right knee. And we're going to circle the wrists and the right ankle at the same time. For 3, both directions. 2, 1. Hands back to the hips. Keep the knee locked and see if you can circle from the knee and moving in all directions of this right knee. Both directions. 2, 1. Keep the hip engaged and see if you can make big circles of the whole thigh bone in that hip socket. Okay, from here, we're going to do knees, right knee out to the right, external rotation, bend your left knee. And then the left knee moves internally rotation. So my left knee moves in, my right foot moves out. And then switch. Right knee out, right foot out. So I'll move from this position. So it's in, scooping in, and then scooping out. And you can bend your left knee as much as you need to. For 3, 4, 2, 1. Right foot onto left thigh, figure 4 stretch, hands to prayer, come on down. Sink the hips, lift the chest. For 3, 4, 2, 1. Coming on up. Keep the bend in the left knee. Take the top of the right foot to the earth and sink your hips. For 3, 2, 1. Release. Hands to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the earth. A couple more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Half lift. Hands to the earth, stepping back to a plank. Option to flow from knees or rest in child's pose. If you're flowing from the knees, it's the chest and chin to follow. From baby cobra, child's pose. We'll meet back when you're ready in a tabletop position. And we'll do the other side. Left leg back in space, inhale. Left knee, left elbow. Hold and switch to the right elbow. And then cross this right knee on top of the left knee on top of the right. Sink your hips back just for a moment. And then as you slide the left knee to the left as much as you can, take the left shin across the mat in a figure 4. Top of the left foot on the ground, come to the fingertips, and let's slide up to high knees. Again, it's almost like you're reaching or being pulled longer, finding some traction in the body, wiggling some space in the body, and then exhale, hands to earth. And then taking this left foot on the outside of the left hand, left toes facing out to the left, sink the hips, lift the chest, and start to circle through the hips, both directions. Bringing it back to those long inhales to the top. And those long releasing exhales to the earth. If you did the side to side, on the first side, you want to lift the right foot, pivot on the right knee, come on into the side sit. And then as you bring the right shin straight again, you straighten your left leg. So moving to the rhythm of your own breath, moving to the beat of your own heart. For 3, 4, 2. For 1, next time you are in a low lunge, tucking the back toes, and then using some momentum to get this right foot on the outside of the right hand. Sink the hips. Engage through center, power through the middle of the body to raise it up to stand and bring the feet comfortable hip distance apart, hands to hips. Bringing the left knee up, moving from the belly, start to circle through the left ankle and both of your wrists. Then hands to hips and start to rotate from the left kneecap. So making big circles like you're stirring something, both directions. See if you can keep that knee nice and stable. And then allow the whole left hip to go for a spin. Like me, I can always feel a lot of clicking in my hip when I do this. Okay, let's do that internal, external rotation again. So left knee lifts, bend the right knee, internally rotates. My left knee goes to the right and my left foot goes to the left. And then I switch. I'm adjusting the balance on the right foot every time. For 3, for 2, 1, left foot to right thigh, figure 4 shape, come to a forward fold, flex the left foot, protect the knee. For 3, for 2, 1, keep the right knee bent, send the left foot behind to the top of the left foot, bend both knees, open both arms for 3, 2, 1, come on up. Inhale, raise the wrists. Exhale, mindfully fall to the earth. 1 more like that. And as you bring your hands to the earth, stepping back, option to flow through from the toes or the knees. Option to move through child's pose. Otherwise, we're going to move straight to our downward facing dog when you're ready. Feeling the lift of the hips. Feeling the length down the back of the legs, gripping the mat, protecting the wrists. And then we'll do a little bit of exploring. Bend both knees, step the right foot behind the left just so the toes are on the ground, the right heel is lifted. Bend your knees more and see if you can start to move through the spine. Almost like the hips move first, then the lower back moves, and the upper back moves, and then the head moves. Great, try the other side. Plant the right foot down, step the left foot behind, bend both knees a lot. And then start to move like a snake. The energy starts low and then you allow it to move through and follow it rippling through the body. Exhale, release the left foot to the right foot. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Right knee, left elbow, and then cross the right thigh on top of the left as you bend both knees. And then you bring left toes to the left, raise the left arm to the sky. So you're sort of sitting into yourself. Exhale, bring the right leg out to the left for a fallen triangle. Exhale, bring your left hand down and turn your left heel up and cross your right thigh on top again. So bend your left knee a lot. Bend both knees. That's it. Let's try that again. From this shape, toes to the left, lift the left hand. You're sitting back in the shape at the back of the mat. Extend the right leg out to fallen triangle, left hand down, and then cross the right knee on top. So bend the left knee as much as you can. That's it. And then unravel free flow vinyasa. So let us strengthen the arms. If you need a break, take a break. Otherwise, let's try the other side. Left leg to the sky. Inhale. Left knee, left elbow. Left knee, right elbow. Cross the left thigh on top of the right. Bend both knees. So you're really sinking into the back of the mat. That's it. You can even bring the right knee up if you need, right foot up if you need to. Okay, toes to the right. Lift the right hand. You're really sinking into the back of the mat. And then left leg to the right. Or open it to fallen triangle. Looks beautiful. Right hand down. Right heel lifts. Left thigh slides back on top. Pounce to the back of your mat. One more time. Toes to the right. Lift the right arm. Shoot the left leg out. You got it. Lift the hips. Beautiful. Right hand down. Left thigh on top. And unwind left foot next to right. Walk your feet towards your hands. Forward fold. Raise and rise to stand. And exhale back down. One more. Lift and lengthen to the sky. And this time exhale through prayer. We're going to bend through the knees and just shake. Just allowing this shaking to ground our energy, to release any tension, and for the whole body to surrender and let go. For 3. Jaw is soft. For 2. That's right. Start to move the arms left to right. And just allowing this movement to naturally and organically come back to stillness without forcing. And when you find stillness, move the hands to shoulder height. And then keeping the hips down, stable and still, we're going to see axial rotation from left to right of the spine. So keeping the hips facing forward, just going to see how far you can move left and how far you can move right. I'll face this way. Keeping the engagement through the center, keeping the knees slightly bent, keeping the shoulders gently down away from the ears, noticing without moving your hips how far, without moving your knees how far. And then you can also drop the back arm. You can move at whatever speed feels good to you. But keep it as an honest rotation, so don't sacrifice distance for alignment. For 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, release. Hands high, exhale down to the earth. Inhale, half lift. Hands to the earth. Decide if you want to flow. Otherwise, just step straight back to downward facing dog. Whatever you need in this moment. For 3, 2, 1. Bend both knees. Step the right foot behind the left, as we were doing just before in our warm-up. From here, toes towards the right, lift the right hand, and you're in a side plank. See if you can bring your right foot up to half to tree pose. So bend your right foot onto your left leg anywhere. Beautiful. Right hand down to the mat. Turn your toes, everything towards the left, and shoot your right leg to the left. Lift your left arm. So your right leg can be on the ground or it can stay lifted, up to you. Whatever you're doing, bend your left knee and cross your right thigh on top. And then look to the front of the mat and you step your right foot between your hands and then open up to warrior two. Right knee bends. Sink on in. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Inhale here. Send your shin and your knee in the direction of your right toes. Flip your right hand to reverse. Straighten your right leg. Turn the right toes towards the left and then swing your right hand to your left ankle. Cross the body into your forward fold. Okay, from here, turn your left toes out towards the left, skandasana, back of the mat, left knee bends. Right arm threads underneath the left. Garuda, eagle wrap of the arms. Soften the shoulders. Okay, I'll show you the transition first, and you can, it's a little bit, takes a bit of balance the first couple times. So the right toe is going to face towards the front of the mat. The right knee is going to bend. So you're going to come on up. Turn into a high lunge and straight away kick the left foot forward. Super slow, gentle, and then move it back in space and drop it down where it came, back of the mat. As soon as it hits down, open the arms, inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth, frame your right foot. Straight away, three-legged dog, right leg to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip. And then drop your left elbow down to the mat. So your left forearm is on the mat and your right elbow is bent. Beautiful. For 3, 2, 1. Lift that left elbow, right knee, right elbow into a plank. Flip your dog. Toes to the right. Step the right foot behind. Lift the right arm to the sky. For 3, 2, 1. Flow through from here. Chaturanga. Rest between sides if you need it. Keep the breath moving, keep the chi moving. Other side, when you're ready, downward facing dog. Bend both knees. From down dog, step your left foot on the outside of the right foot. Bend your knees more as you send the toes to the left. Lift your left hand to the sky. And then take your left foot up into tree pose on the right leg anywhere. As the left hand comes down, shoot your left leg to the right. So fallen star, or maybe you keep the left leg lifted, so the right arm's lifted. Good. Bend your right knee, cross your left thigh on top, and you're sinking to the back of the mat again. Okay, from here, turn to the top of the mat and step your left foot through. Maybe the hand comes down, maybe it doesn't. And straight away we circle open to warrior two. Sinking down. Let's go a little deeper in a warrior two today. So making it wider stance, sending the knee and the shin deeper towards the earth. Beautiful. Sliding and pressing into the outer side of your right foot. Flip your left hand reverse. Straighten your left leg. Turn the left toes towards the right. And then left hand towards the right ankle. For 3, 2, 1. Turn the right toes out to the right. Right knee bends. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Left arm underneath the right. Garuda arms. Okay, so we're going to make our way, left under right. Yeah, you got it. We're going to make our way back to the top of the mat. You got it. Bend your left knee. Turn, kick that right foot forward. Send it back. Soon as the right toes connect back to the mat, open the arms. You got it. Hands to the earth. Three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. Right forearm to the mat. Okay, from here, left knee, left elbow. Flip the dog after. Toes to the left foot behind, left hand to the sky. Left hand down, flow it through. From child's pose to down dog. We walk our feet towards the hands, back to the top of the mat for a forward fold. From the forward fold, bend the knees, lift the wrists, inhale. Exhale down through prayer. From here, lift the right knee, inhale. Open through the hip. Step the right leg back. And we're going to do horse stance or goddess, toes out, heels in, tuck in a tailbone. Hands come to the thighs, dropping down. You can reconnect to your lower dantian. When you feel ready, hands to the thighs. So I'm going to mirror you. Bend your left knee, straighten your right knee. Turn towards your left, but you're looking away towards the left. And then you're going to move forward and switch sides. And as you're looking towards the right, you're almost twisting your left shoulder down. So we'll just go left to right and see how that feels. So you're looking over your left knee as you straighten your right leg, and then you're looking over your right knee as you straighten your back left leg. And let's turn this into a big circle. You straighten and move back in space, complete the circle, and then bend the knee and continue around. So you're just imagining you're dipping down, twisting from the waist and continuing to shuffle. One continuous circle. And you reverse the direction when you're ready. You can make this what you need. Go 3. 4, 2. 1, sitting back, centering. Stepping back to the top of the mat. Lifting the left knee. Opening out to the left. Reconnecting with your horse or goddess. And from here, I'm going to turn around. So you're bringing the palms to face. I think this is the one you showed me last time. Where you reaching one hand away and the other hand back. And then reconnecting back to center. So reaching, palms facing up. Connecting back through center. Just noticing and feeling the breath moving easily through the body. Just 2, 1, recentering, horse stance. Stepping your left foot in towards your right. Last vinyasa if you need it, otherwise straight to a kneeling position. Exhale to the earth. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to the earth, moving through vinyasa or straight from down dog to dropping your knees. Whatever you need. And then we'll rest here with palms facing down in the rest and digest pose. Noticing and feeling. This pose is really beautiful if you've had some food and you really need to digest physically in the digestive system, but it's also good if you've had a super busy day or there's a lot going on energetically or emotionally and you need to process. You need to digest what's going on and allow things to move through and let them go. So close down the eyes for 3, 2, 1. From here, come high on the knees, tuck the toes, hands to the hips. We're going to try all directions of spinal movement from the knee. So the first one is forward and back. So we're just going to move the hips back and chest forward, and then move the chest back and hips forward. So it's almost like a wave, forward and back. See if you can undulate like a wave or like a snake, just when the hips move, the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, the head follows, and then reverse. 1 more. And then we'll do a side to side. So just dropping the left hand down, right hand up and over. Inhale back through center, right hand down, left hand up and over. Feeling that long line from the left knee to left hip to left shoulder to left fingertips. And then as you come back through center, hands shoulder height once more, and keeping the hips to knees strong and stable as you twist axially left to right, dropping the right hand down and then the left hand down. Noticing and feeling the strength from your center, from your breath. For 3, for 2, for 1. From here, a couple of options. Option 1, fingertips to the lower back. You can press them forward, lift the chest, and feel openness through the heart. Option 2, if you can find your heels easily, maybe you can turn this into a full camel. Whatever feels good for you in this moment. For 3, for 2. Breathing deeply, chin to chest, hips to heels to release. And back to this rest and digest pose, knees together, tops of the feet to the earth, palms facing down, eyes closed. Releasing any sounds or breath through a relaxed jaw. And then we'll sit to the side and come onto our backs. We're going to do a moving bridge and then some twists. So again, feeling into all 4 corners of both feet, palms on either side of the feet. On your inhale, lift lower, middle, and upper back with your hands reaching up overhead to the earth. On your exhale, lowering the back vertebrae by vertebrae, lifting the legs, lifting the arms, keeping your head connected to the earth, reaching your feet towards you and your hands away from you. And try again. Feet to the earth, knees parallel, pressing evenly, lifting gracefully. Exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae. Reaching the feet and the hands in the opposite direction. Couple more. Arms out like a T next time the hips are on the ground. Cross your right thigh over your left. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Breathe and feel into your outer hips. And on your exhale, drop your knees to the left left, gaze to the right. Let's stay here for a moment, feeling the length in the spine, feeling the space in the side waist. And then as we roll to the left side, right hand on top of left, we're going to peel the right arm open, tracing the ground above you on the inhale. And then on the exhale, rolling back onto your left side. Let the knees do what it wants to do. As long as your head, neck, and shoulders are soft and you're breathing, you're doing it right. For 3, 2, 1. Staying open with your arms wide like a T, and then keeping the cross of the thighs and dropping the knees towards the right. Going to open up in a different way. Sending the breath where it needs it the most. 3, 2, 1. Release and switch sides. Left thigh on top of the right. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Some love to those outer hips. Arms out like a T. Drop the knees to the right this time. Gaze to the left. Bringing the left arm, on top of the right as you roll onto your right side. And then inhale, you open as you trace the left hand like a rainbow above the head. Tracing your beautiful aura. Rolling back to the right side. A couple of times like that. Noticing how soft and heavy the head can be towards the earth. Rolling the back of the head on the ground. And the next time the left arm is long out towards the left and your arms are in a T shape, inhale the knees back to center. Maybe shift the hips back to center too, and then drop the knees to the left. And just welcome the new sensation. Knees back to center, unravel and hug both knees in towards the chest. And then on your exhale, Shavasana, legs long, arms by the side. And finding a meditation, relaxation that allows for maximum movement and flow of the chi through the body, gracefully, strongly, mindfully.
gentle mover in a swiftly spinning world, to be present, to extract the poetry, to only entertain the real, to listen, to seek the genuine, to stand inside of the stretch, the momentum, the tall discomfort of change, the knowing that you don't need to rush the practice or force a thing, to believe in rhythm and movement, to trust in the river, the song, the stillness, the storm, and the seed. Empty yourself of everything. Let the mind become still. The 10,000 things rise and fall while the self watches their return. Returning to the source is stillness, which is the way of nature. Breathing prana, chi, energy into tips of toes, tips of fingers, crown of head. Allowing the body to move gracefully, organically, energetically. Reaching the arms long above the head if that feels good, to find space in the whole body. And then when you feel cold, you can begin to bend the knees. And then roll onto whichever side you fall to first, taking some precious moments in the fetal position on your side. Grounding, earthing, and nurturing the body and the practice, and bringing this with you as you roll to a comfortable seated position, hands in prayer. Palms to the forehead, gentle reminder to allow the thoughts to be open, honest, and fluid. Palms to the lips as a reminder to bring the words gracefully, energetically into the world. And then palms to heart center, feeling to unconditional love, eternal joy within, knowing and feeling that dance, that flow, that rhythm, the prana within, and know how open the channels are to allow this to move freely, to manifest goodness in the world. Thank you so much for joining.